For a full match report on the New York versus Sligo game last Sunday, visit thelonghaulpodcast.com. A link is in the description below. I'm here with Alan Campbell, who of course played full-back for New York last Sunday. Just catching up with Alan after the game. Alan, you have a couple of days to kind of reflect on how things went. How do you feel first of all on how the game went Sunday?
Yeah, disappointed of course, it was a long 3-4 months build up, training very hard in the various conditions from snow to rain and the heat as well, so it's disappointed we didn't get over the line in the end, but at the same time we're heartened by the performance and we know that we're not too far off it at the same time, so we'll get a few days off now and we'll have energy and rejuvenation heading in towards the Tailteann Cup, knowing that we're not a million miles away.
Did you think you surprised a lot of people in New York with the performance?
Yeah, I'd imagine we did, because talking to a lot of people, they'd kind of, even after the game, they were like, oh geez, well done or whatever, whereas we were disappointed in the group. We didn't surprise ourselves. We firmly believed that we'd win or come very close to it, and that's what happened. But I think the wider New York community or GA community were surprised. They didn't really know what was going on inside the camp, but hopefully now they'll row in behind us for the next game coming up in a few weeks' time.
Talk me through the game. You started well, you seemed to be on top. Johnny was outstanding there in midfield, caught a couple of marks, and it was nip and tuck, and Carbine got a great goal, and that goal seemed to be the cushion that you just couldn't overcome when it came down to the home stretch in the end.
Yeah, we started very well, as you mentioned. The kickouts, Mick got like 4 or 5 in a row up to Johnny, and they couldn't handle Johnny's strength and height. Started very well, and we were flying, but as you said, I think they got 1-2 even, and I was a bit worried that we'd kind of falter or things could start going against us, but we rallied again and we got back to level in the second half, and with 5 minutes to go could have went either way, and then maybe just the break of ball didn't go our way. It just wasn't our day to be in the end, but I was heartened by the way we fought back after that bad spell towards the end of the first half, the goal, and that was the gap that we couldn't bridge. I think if we got a goal we could have won it, but they did, and that's the difference.
Tell me about yourself, Alan. You're from Tipperary. You won a Munster Championship with Tipperary a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. What's it like? What's the setup like out here in New York? Obviously the facilities aren't there. It's very different. Were you surprised the way the setup was coming into an inter-county setup like?
Yeah, like I spent years playing for Tip, alright, and I was kind of getting away from that, and then all of a sudden I'm over here doing the same crack, so that was something. But no, it was very good setup. Like, I was surprised. We were doing 3 days a week, same as home, Tuesday, Thursday and the weekend, and geez, the running we did there was the same as home. It was just as hard, if not harder. And then the conditions, I think it binds us together a little bit, like the snow and a hard train like that. You form a bond with the lads who suffer through with you. But like Johnny and there was 7 or 8 involved with the management. They all contribute their own thing, and it was led to an proper inter-county setup. It was hard with lack of challenge matches and various things like that made it more difficult. No league, but given all those restrictions or whatever, I think we made the most of it and had a good setup, and it resulted in a good performance. But hopefully now, as I said, in the Tailteann Cup we can go that one step further.
Tell me about yourself. What do you work as here in New York?
Yeah, so software engineering. I worked with Bloomberg in Dublin, and they moved me over here. So it's the same company, the same team, and it's just obviously different locations. So I've been with them 9 years this June, so settled in at this stage. But they're looking after me here, and they were very good to me, bringing me across. So it's a good opportunity and a new city and new experiences, so it's good.
And when did you come over? Last year, was it? Start of last year?
Yeah, it was the middle of summer last year.
During COVID? Yeah, last year.
During COVID, there was a lot of restrictions, but bit of help from a few boys, and we got here eventually, and got the tail end of the club championship last year, so it's good to experience that too, and in with New York, and looking forward to the summer again this year.
How did you manage to sign with Brooklyn Shamrocks?
There's a link of a Tipperary man by the name of Pa Ryan, made a few phone calls, and Tommy McConvey,
Tipperary manager.
Yeah, he's involved with Tip hurling. He's not really involved with football over here, but he put me in contact with a man by the name of Tommy McConvey, and he was very kind to me. He helped with settling in and the visas and all that. So it was good, and Brooklyn were very good to me, you know, settling in, playing with them last summer was great fun and got to know a lot of people, so it's very good.
Tell me, just we'll finish the New York setup. Obviously, there's a lot of American fellas there. I know when I was out here playing, it's a bit strange seeing the American lads and their enthusiasm for the game. Were you surprised by it, or how did you feel towards the American lads?
Yeah, it was great. Like, there was 4 or 5 played at the weekend, and there was probably another, you know, there was 10 or 11 in the 40 that were training, and it was brilliant. You know, they grew up playing the whole way. They're more of a connection here, and it's good to see them coming through. And every year that goes by, I think there'll be more. There'll be 6, 7, 8 playing. So no, it's brilliant. Once I got used to the American accent, and then a fella from London came with a London accent, so it was a wide range of different areas. But you know, we all came together and made a good team in the end, and that's the main thing. And you know, the future's bright as long as they keep producing the Irish Americans, you know.
And what's your plan now for the next couple of weeks, Steve? The week off to play club championship, club league this weekend, and then you're going to regroup next week for the Tailteann Cup.
Yeah, so I think they give us a few days off now, and as you said, there's a full round of league fixtures this weekend, so hopefully we'll get back to the clubs and, you know, give some time back to the clubs, because, you know, we're there because of the clubs too, so it'd be nice to regroup, get to back playing with the club players, and then, you know, I think it's 4 weeks or 5 weeks of training leading into the Tailteann Cup, so that'll be a long slog, but look, it'll be worth it in the end.
All right, no problem. Thanks a million.
Thanks.
For a full match report on the New York versus Sligo game last Sunday, visit thelonghaulpodcast.com, where you can view all of our latest podcasts, including our interview with Meath football legend Graham Geraghty and last week's post-match interview with Kerry football legend Pat Spillane, who reflects on the New York Sligo game. A link is in the description below. To be instantly notified of a new podcast release, hit that subscribe button or follow us on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter at The Long Haul Podcast.